Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. I thought if I stood outside, I could avoid this, but I wasn't far enough away, so alhamdulillah. The Prophet ﷺ was reported to have said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah," convey for me, even if it's only one verse. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot recently. We've started sharing some of the teachings of Dr. Asad Tarsin and being Muslim to some of the community members in Philadelphia. And it became apparent that the knowledge that we gain here at Al-Maqasid is something that we had taken for granted. That we are surrounded by mashayikh and inheritors of the Prophet ﷺ, and it makes us feel as though we have nothing to share because we're in the shade of these trees. When we have such giants around us, what is it that we can offer? But to travel a half an hour to Allentown proper, or an hour to Philadelphia, you'll find a range of Muslims, some that had just become Muslim and some that have been Muslim for 30 years. But when you ask them about the attributes of Allah or the attributes of the prophets, or to even describe the Prophet ﷺ, I've done this many times at events. Raise your hand if you could tell me what the Prophet ﷺ looks like. Not his seerah, not the history, but what did he look like? Not a single hand is raised. And so for us, being a part of this community, that although we should be shy in front of our teachers here, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't take what we learn and benefit from to those who don't have what we have. This is not a shortcoming on the people that we are reaching out to, but rather a responsibility that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put upon us by virtue of allowing us to be in this community. It's not something that we think about. We attend the gatherings, we attend the classes, we go to the grocery store, we have coffee with our friends, and we think that this is just a part of life, that we get to benefit from these regular gatherings that are weekly. This isn't normal for most people. The ability to gather every Thursday, every Sunday, every Tuesday, Mondays and Wednesdays, Sundays, where we have so many classes covering so many different topics. This is irregular to the average Muslim in America. And so we have to begin to think of this as not just a casual gathering or event for us to attend to on any given day of the week, but rather a responsibility to, one, attend, two, to take good notes, to listen properly, to receive what the teachers have to offer, because you don't know when you're going to run into someone that either is not Muslim, just became Muslim, or again has been Muslim for 30 years and was never exposed to the truth of who the Prophet ﷺ is and who Allah is. So take these gatherings seriously, because again, a half an hour to an hour away, there are people that would do anything for the level of access that we have. Some of us in this room are able to send a text message to one of the teachers here and ask a fiqh question. This is an unprecedented level of access that we have across the entire nation. We have our regular bi-monthly retreats here where we have brothers and sisters coming up from Florida and Atlanta and traveling from across the country, because despite how frequently we see them here, they come here so frequently because they don't have it there. This is a responsibility for us, and one that we shouldn't take lightly, one that we should recognize and remind ourselves often. Not everyone is going to be able to go to Allentown proper or to Philadelphia to share what we've learned, but we should at least make it an effort to take the classes that are offered seriously, so that if the opportunity ever were to come, you have something to share. Alhamdulillah.